Welcome to the Now, and thanks for tuning in. Sharing with you an excerpt from the book, The Courage to be Disliked, closely related to the book Daring Greatly and the concepts that Brene Brown discusses, but going in a more psychological stance, because it really is a book that details Adlerian psychology and parallels it to Freudian psychology. So this specific chapter is titled From the Psychology of Possession to the Psychology of Practice. Book being written in the style of dialogue between a philosopher and a youth. So the youth starts. So in the end, what you're talking about is courage? That reminds me, last time you said that Adlerian psychology is a psychology of courage. Philosopher. I will add to that by saying that Adlerian psychology is not a psychology of possession, but a psychology of use. Youth. So it's that statement. It's not what one is born with, but what use one makes of that equipment. Philosopher. That's right. Thank you for remembering it. Freudian etiology is a psychology of possession, and eventually it arrives at determinism. Adlerian psychology, on the other hand, is a psychology of use, and it is you who decides. Youth. Adlerian psychology is a psychology of courage, and at the same time, it is a psychology of use. Philosopher. We humans are not so fragile as to simply be at the mercy of etiological cause and effect traumas. From the standpoint of teleology, and not theology, we choose our lives and our lifestyles ourselves. We have the power to do that. Youth. But honestly, I do not have the confidence to overcome my inferiority complex. And you might say that that's the life lie, but I probably won't ever be able to break free from the inferiority complex. Philosopher. Why don't you think so? Youth. Maybe what you're saying is right. Actually, I'm sure it is. And courage really is what I'm lacking. I can accept the life lie as well. I'm scared of interacting with people. I don't want to get hurt in interpersonal relationships. And I want to put off my life tasks. That's why I have all these excuses ready. Yes, it's exactly as you say. But isn't what you're talking about a kind of spiritualism? All you're really saying is, you've lost your courage, and you've got to pluck up your courage. It's no different from the silly instructor who thinks he's giving you advice when he comes up and slaps you on the shoulder and says, cheer up. Even though the reason I'm not doing well is just because I can't cheer up. Philosopher. So what you're saying is that you'd like me to suggest some specific steps. Youth. Yes, please. I'm a human being. I'm not a machine. I've been told that I'm all out of courage. But I can't just get a refill of courage, as if I were filling up my tank with fuel. Philosopher. All right, but we've gone quite late again tonight, so let's continue this next time. Youth. You aren't running away from it, right? Philosopher. Of course not. Next time, we'll probably discuss freedom. Youth. Not courage? Philosopher. Yes, it will be a discussion of freedom, which is essential when talking about courage. Please give some thought to the matter of what freedom is. Youth. What freedom is. Fine. I'm looking forward to next time. That specific chapter, as short as it was, rang a huge bell with me. And as I'm sure you noticed, it alludes to concepts like life lie and inferiority complex. And it didn't in this specific paragraph, but there are also allusions to the superiority complex and the status quo and so on and so forth. A really, really, really awesome book. But in the end, this post isn't meant to be a publicity stunt for you to get it. If you want to, by all means, do. You won't regret it. Basically, this post just wants to highlight the fact that you're not stuck in your past and you're not a product of your past. You're who you choose to be now. And it's by landing in the now that you can choose what direction you're going to go, regardless of what happened yesterday, regardless of the life that you were raised in. And the reason that you're probably watching is because you're looking for something. So keep tuning in because there's definitely tons more. And in the meantime, keep commenting, keep sharing, keep living now. Peace out. Have a great day.